Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Did everyone enjoy a delicious lunch, wonderful breakout sessions? I heard a lot of laughing coming out of this hall with Lou especially. So it has been a wonderful, wonderful morning and early afternoon. We are going to continue in that track. I am very, very fortunate to introduce our two keynote speakers today. But before I do that, in order to have the best possible experience this afternoon, it would be great. And I want to self-own, I'm an introvert, and so I'm going to say what I'm about to say, and I would probably be the one to get up and leave if someone asked me to do this, so I recognize that. But it would be great if everybody could kind of shift forward. If you're towards the back, maybe come into these first 4 or 5 rows. That'll really help us have a truly engaged session. So if that is comfortable for you, feel free to move up in these first few rows. And that, again, that'll just help us have a really engaged, interactive session together. So thank you if you are willing and able to do that. So I'm very privileged to be able to introduce our keynote speakers today. I'm first going to introduce Andrea Kyprianou Baum, who is a LPC, a licensed professional counselor, and is the co-founder of Improv for Life, director of Stomping Ground Comedy Theater and Training Center, which is Dallas's only nonprofit comedy theater located in the Dallas Design District. She uses her experience as a psychotherapist, and she's designed and created Improv for Life, a series of therapeutic improv classes and workshops for several unique needs populations. She has partnered with hundreds of organizations within the community and has also created Improv for Work, training major companies across the nation teaching improv, leadership, communication, and mindfulness skills. She uses her clinical expertise in psychotherapy to implement individualized needs-based programming using improvisational comedy. She is a licensed professional counselor and certified positive discipline educator with experience working with children, parents, adults, and people with brain injury, dementia, Alzheimer's, as well as their caregivers. She received her bachelor's at Texas Christian University and her master's of education in counseling at the University of Texas. She is trained in positive discipline parenting, play therapy, rapid resolution therapy, biofeedback, mindfulness, and hypnosis, and has implemented all of these modalities in Improv for Life and Improv for Work programming. I'm also very excited to introduce Rebecca Hogg, a licensed professional counselor and owner of Canvas Counseling and Wellness, PLLC. You have the power to change and improve the canvas of your life. As a holistic trauma therapist and therapeutic coach, she specializes in helping you stabilize and heal from traumatic experiences. She and her team know that no single approach is right for every individual, so they offer a range of experiential modalities, including but not limited to individual and intensive extended sessions, and they have training in EMDR, internal family systems, accelerated resolution therapy, somatic experiencing, cognitive behavioral therapy, solution-focused, therapeutic coaching, and more. Her background includes working for legal teams and in education before deciding to pursue her dream job of being a counselor, which is what she wanted to do since high school. In 2019, she took a leap of faith and started her own private practice with the aim of providing a more holistic type of therapy. Her goal is to provide intuitive, creative, and personalized care, helping clients to experience more clarity, self-trust, and internal peace so they can thrive in all areas of their life. In her personal life, she enjoys challenging herself to try new things, including ziplining, skydiving, parasailing, rappelling, canyoning, shark cage diving, dancing, surfing, and more. All of these make me very nervous, so power to you. She also likes to relax and take photos of the beauty of creation and loves to spend time with her family, friends, and her dog. She's helping to fill the gap in the world of mental health healing through a customized therapeutic coaching program and her first book that is coming out this summer. Both will help change the way you view healing through a unique take on the concept of time. So if y'all will join me in welcoming our keynote speakers this afternoon, let's have a great session together.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Andrea Baum.
And I'm Rebecca Hogg.
Welcome. We're so glad you guys came out today in this weather too.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, so we are really excited about what we're doing today. And thank you, whoever was in the back, and when she said that, you moved forward, thank you so much. And if you're still in the back, don't worry, we're gonna get to play and hang out and have fun still today.
Yes, so today we are presenting on self-care and resilience and connection, amongst other things. And we're really glad you're here, like Andrea said, especially with the weather. And we're gonna have fun, we're gonna do some improv games, and I ask that you just kind of give yourself some permission to look at self-care in a new and different kind of way. And you have prescription pads or a little piece of paper. You're gonna come away today with a personalized action plan for your self-care that you can start today.
Yeah, so I'm from a comedy theater. I'm a psychotherapist as well, and you might be wondering, how does that all work together? So if you've ever seen, like, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Raise your hand if you've seen improv before. Okay, good. If you haven't seen improv before, it's all make-believe. You make up things in the spot on stage, and if you're really good at it, it's because you've practiced a lot of skills. And those skills are communication skills, connecting people, giving you emotional awareness and regulation. And so that's why it's also really helpful to do some of these activities to help us connect with others, which is a huge part of self-care that we're going to be talking about. Does everybody have a prescription pad? Does anybody not have one? Because that's going to be a big part of what we're doing today. Raise your hand if you don't have one. Okay, so these are little prescription pads, and so by the end of the session today, all of you will have created your own self-care prescription. So you can go to a doctor and they can prescribe you whatever they think that you need in that moment, or you can go online and you can Google what's self-care, and you can do things that the internet is telling you to do, or social media. But really, we're going to learn today about how self-care is so unique to your needs and what you need, and we are going to help you figure that out today. So on the front page, we're going to be filling that out towards the end, and on the back page, there's 4 squares, and we're going to have you put notes in each square, and we'll be guiding you through that today. So for the first square, we want you to write down what you're currently doing for self-care, not like what you want to do or what you wish you would be doing, or what you thought about once but never did it, what you're actually doing for self-care. So we're gonna put that there, and we're not gonna change it. We're just gonna put it there, and we'll use that later.
No one's gonna see it, so be 100% honest with yourself.
Yes. The person next to you might be looking over, but you can just hide your answers like you do when you're taking a test. Okay, so we'll give you a couple minutes to do that. Yes? You're writing anything that you do for self-care currently, okay? So we're going to define what self-care is, but we want you to write what you're doing for self-care, maybe how you define it right now. So you might have nothing on there because you're not really sure if you're doing self-care. That's okay. So anything that you are doing that you would consider self-care. And by the end of this, what we hope is that it looks very different. Your new self-care plan looks very different, and we've given you a new set of tools to evaluate and describe how you want to move forward with your self-care. Okay, so we're going to do take a few moments to do that. Just listen while I'm speaking. So we are going to do an activity to get our minds a little bit creative and connect with one another, so we can come up with some really good ideas. So we're all creative beings, but sometimes we just have to loosen up and connect with others to be able to get ourselves in that mindset. So we're gonna play a game of rock, paper, scissors. And this is something that I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to play. So as you are finishing up writing, whenever you're finished, I want you to stand up and I want you to just find a partner. It can be someone that's right next to you, but we will be moving around the room. And for this to work, everybody has to play.
I see some hesitancy, but it will be fun.
It's going to be so
I've
easy.
done it
We're
before.
just playing rock, paper, scissors.
Somebody behind you, in front of you, next to you. You've probably been sitting all day, so.
Okay, so before you start, I'm going to give you some instructions. I see some of you are already practicing. I love that, warming up.
Yeah, make sure you're on the same page because there are different ways that people play rocks, paper, scissors sometimes. But she'll let you know.
This mic's not working. Okay, Hello? It's not working. That mic's not working. Okay, so in case you don't know the directions to rock, paper, scissors, you go rock, paper, scissors, and then you shoot. You're either going to do rock, paper, or scissors. Rock beats scissors, paper beats rock, and scissors beats paper. Thank you. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to play with the person that you are partnered with, and after the person who wins and the loser loses, but you're all winners in my heart, the winner is going to find another winner to play with, and we're going to do this tournament style, okay?
One ultimate winner.
So by the end of this, we'll have 2 people playing, and they will be the ultimate winner of rock, paper, scissors.
Check.
So one little thing. Everybody understands those directions, right? Okay, good. So there's one little thing. If you lose, you are not going to sit down. You are going to get behind the winner that you lost to. I know, this is going to be hard. And you are going to now become their biggest fan. Okay? So you are going to cheer them on. It's going to get loud in here. We want you to cheer them on like, you know those people that go to sporting events and they like have their entire chest painted and they're like screaming for one another? We want you on that level, but we want you to keep your clothes on. Okay?
Yes, please.
So we want to hear yelling. We want to hear high energy. Find out their name. Chant their name. Okay? And so by the end of it, then that person that loses becomes that next person's, and so on. So then people start to have these fan bases that are right behind them, okay? And they're cheering them. So by the end of it, we should have 2 people, and we should have everybody in this room behind those people, cheering them on, all right? And we're going to give the winner tickets for a year to comedy shows in the Dallas Design District, all right?
Wow. Anybody
So-
not have a partner that needs one? Oh, I see one. Anybody else not have a partner? Somebody. Pair up.
Who doesn't have a partner? What about you 3 right here? Are you Okay. Okay. Does anybody? We'll get you.
Anybody else? Oh, there's somebody
Okay.
over here.
Perfect. And if you
Raise
can't,
your hand.
did you find them?
Will you raise your hand? Are you playing? Red shirt.
If he wants to play, we would love to have you.
Yes.
Please do. But anybody can play her afterwards. We can pretend like she just won and she's one of the winners. So you all can play her next, okay? All right, and we're only playing 1 round per, we're not doing best 2 out of 3. I know somebody was wondering. All right, and go.
Come on, give it your best shot.
Oh, okay.
All right, find somebody. All right. Nice cheering. I love it. High energy.
Okay, there's like a whole group over here.
Woo! Good support.
We've got our winner.
All right, we got
What's your
one over
name?
here.
What is it? Carla. Okay,
Oh, wow, look at this.
Carla. Carla. All right, we can do that. Okay, wait, before we go. What?
Some people over here, too.
Okay, tell me your name. Jana and Carla. Is there another winner somewhere too? All right, and what's your name? Veronica. Whoever wins here is gonna go with Veronica. Are there any other winners that didn't? Okay. All right. Ready, set.
Carla and Veronica. Oh, wait. Rocks, paper, scissors, shoot. Count them. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh. All right. So you'll play Veronica now. Well, that's how she's won this far, guys. You see? It's a trick. All right, we're going to have you come and you'll play Veronica.
All right. So we have Carly and Veronica. Don't be shy.
Oh, you won. Oh, come on up. Wait. She doesn't have anyone behind her. We gotta this over here. Where's your fan base? Raise your hand if you're Veronica's fan base. Okay. All right, ready? All right, one more time.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Ah!
A tie. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Tie.
Y'all are too connected.
They tied.
You won! All right, we'll get your email and get you those tickets. Congratulations.
The support, guys. Great job. I feel the energy.
So that is, y'all did great. You followed the directions wonderfully. And so that's a fun game. It's an icebreaker. It gets the energy up. But there was just one little thing that I had said for you all to get behind one another and cheer each other on. And if I hadn't said that, it would have looked way different in the room, right? Everybody would have sat down, the energy would have been low, people would have been scrolling on their phones and being bored. And so there was that one small intention, and that we can show up with small intentions like that when we visualize how we want to show up and how we want to be, and it can make a world of difference, and it can create that magic that we felt in this room. So we invite you today to yes and to the day today of what we're going to be having you do, and to make that intention to lean forward into what we're about to do. So thank you so much. You guys did great.
Yes, thank you. That was great energy. Love it. Yes, give yourselves a round of applause. Love that. That is part of self-care. So I'm just going to start with some honesty. When I would hear about self-care, internal eye roll would happen, hopefully not external, because I didn't really understand what self-care meant. So that's what we're going to start with. So in order for me to learn really how to care for myself, I had to know myself. And in order to know myself, I had to start looking into how to recharge myself, not just with shopping or bubble baths or things like that. Those are wonderful and nice, but I really had to know who I was. So as I started getting to know who I was, then I could spend more time caring for myself, and we'll break that down into what that is. Because you can't pour from an empty vessel, and as I did that, I was experiencing more peace, more connection with myself, with other people, because when you aren't doing that, it is vital, because it's going to affect your health. Different things will happen in your life, like you are more prone to being sick if you are not taking care of yourself. There's all kinds of health issues. You're more prone to being sick, to all kinds of things like fatigued, inspired more, especially when you start disconnecting from the things that you used to love, the hobbies, the friends that you used to spend time with. Those are all indicators of burnout. And I don't know what all careers you have, but you have likely worked too hard for too long to let burnout happen and take that away from you. So let that be something that encourages you to know yourself more and how to care for yourself. Because you likely love what you do, or you at least want to have a job that you want to do, but you're also caring for others in your life, kids, family, friends, different things like that. So next we're going to talk about self. What makes you unique?
No, I don't. That Mike
Okay,
has
I just won't move.
idea of it. Yeah, it's just it's
Okay.
a new thing.
So self, what is self? The best way to explain it is you, obviously, that's a given. But what makes you you? It's the physical attributes, it's the interests that you have, the things that you like, the things that you don't like, the emotions that you have, and it's the music, it's the movies, but it's also the things that inspire you. And one of the things that we're going to do next is talk about our passions and what our quirks and different things that make us unique. And so another way to look at it is like different areas of wellness, like your occupation, your finances, your emotions, all of those things help you to be you. And so the reason why we have the RX card on there is because you are writing your own prescription for yourself. Nobody else saying that you should do this or you should do that for your prescription, because it is specific to you and to no one else. Anything else that you would want to add to that?
And if you're creating your own prescription, you're gonna probably do it, right? Because you've decided those things about yourself and what you want to do. So make sure you put your name up at the top too.
Yes. And then care. Care, well, if you look online, there's lots of different definitions, but basically it's the responsibility and accountability to care for your health and well-being as well as safety. And oftentimes we have learned from different reasons that we aren't worthy of care. We sometimes will care for all the other people around us, our kids, our family, a stranger even, but we really need to look at ourselves and why we are not caring for, if we are not caring for ourselves, the reasons why, and start looking into little ways of doing that. And as we do that, we're going to be able to know more about who we are, and then we're going to be able to adjust our care to be more specific to ourselves. It's kind of like on the airplane. If you guys have been on an airplane, you're going to put your mask on first before you're putting it on like a child or someone else who's not able to do that. So that might be an easy way to remember how to care for yourself. And it's also, like we said before, not taking somebody else's prescription, because you are valuable and what is unique to you is really important. Anything else that you would add to that?
Yeah, so one of the ways we're going to have you explore who you are and what you could put on your prescription pad that really focuses on your needs and your interests and your unique self is your passions, your strengths, and your hidden gems. So in that second top right square, we want you to write anything that you're passionate about. It can be like ideas, it can be things that you like to do, it can be anything at all that you're really passionate about and that you love. And I want you to write down all the things that you can think of, and also your strengths. So what are things that people usually compliment you for, or what are things that you are good at? And then also your hidden gems. So these might be like things that you might hide from others, that you are self-conscious about, but you used to show this part of yourself, but maybe you cover it up because we've become adults and you have to feel like you have to be a different person and you have to show up in this perfect way. But what are some of those hidden gems that you have? And when you're thinking about all of these, I want you to also think about when you were a child and things that you were passionate about. Because sometimes when we get older, we think, oh, we can't do that. That was for when I was a kid. I can't, connect with that anymore. I can't do that thing anymore. That was just what I did when I was younger. Well, there was a reason that you were incredibly interested in that thing when you were younger. It was because you were good at it. It was because you loved it. It brought you a lot of joy, and you didn't have the stress of being an adult that was keeping you from doing it. So think about some of those things too that you're passionate about. And when we're thinking about those things, we can think about how we can use those things in self-care. We're going to bring all of that together. But also it might be that you like to be a leader. You're really good at being a leader, and there's no opportunity for you to do that at work. Or when you're doing it at work, it's very stressful. So we'll talk about how we can change that into how we can focus on our own self-care, to focus on the things that we love. Because really self-care, like Rebecca was saying, isn't just, going and getting your nails done or going to get a massage. It's really focusing on the things that fill you up, that make you feel good, right? So we'll just make a list of those.
And I think like what you said, Andrea, about like what you used to like when you were younger can be really helpful, because there are so many messages that happen across our lifetime that say like, oh, why do you like that? That's dumb, or whatever it is. But like kind of go back and check in with that younger you. Like, did you like art? Did you like to sing? Did you like acting? Did you like just being outside and exploring in nature? So consider that. And all of this is also to create margin in your life. Because if you think about like a regular piece of paper, it has all those lines on it, but there's at the top and on the side, there is margin. And so self-care is creating that margin for you so that you're not so bogged down, overwhelmed, things like that. And it's also not all or nothing, which we'll talk about.
Is there anything else you wanted to say about self-care?
I'll have lots to say, but
Specifically about?
one of the things too is the charging, like your phone. You know how you charge it usually overnight? Sometimes I forget, but then you have this whole amount of time that your phone is being charged. But sometimes you might need to charge it if you're using it a lot throughout the day. You might need to charge it between errands. So sometimes self-care doesn't have to be this big thing. If you've made it be this big thing, I would ask you to take out the limit of time for you and look at it like it is something that is easy to do in the day-to-day, that you can just do maybe 1 minute at a time, 5 minutes at a time. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing. I think that's a really helpful thing.
Okay. Are we ready for the next
Yes,
activity?
are they sharing at all? Or
At
anybody
the
want
end.
to share?
We're going to share at the end, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do another activity, and Rebecca is going to be talking about the autonomic nervous system and mindfulness after this. So we want you to have an activity where you feel very present with one another and have a little mindful exercise. So we're going to find another partner, and we're only going to have one partner for this. So choose someone that you want to do an activity where you're going to be being face to face with. So stand up, find a partner.
Getting that blood
We're
flowing
really
today.
making you guys work today.
Anybody not have a partner?
Okay, and you'll have to stand for this and face each other. Okay, good. Okay, so for this exercise, this is called mirrors. So you are all going to mirror one another. So the first thing I want you to do is decide who's person A and who's person B. And don't worry that person A is not better than person B, or person B is not better than person A. It doesn't matter, okay?
No competition with that.
Unless you guys decide it, and I don't want to be involved in that, so. Okay, so you all are going to be, I'm going to have you have person A lead first, then person B will lead, and I will let you know who's going to be leading. But when I say whoever is leading, that person is going to slowly start moving their arms or their legs or their body, and person B is going to follow like a mirror, okay? So we want you guys to look like a mirror as closely as possible. And this is actually a silent game, too. So get your giggles out now because you'll be looking at each other. Shake it out, shake any sort of uncomfortable feelings that you have out. And we'll have you begin with person A starting and leading. And you'll just move your arms or your legs, and person B will follow.
Looks like some interpretive dances, some places.
Okay, let's pause for a second. Some of you do not look like mirrors. You look like the Wi-Fi is very off. We're in like a remote town and we cannot get a signal. So what do we need to do so we look more like a mirror? What needs to happen? Copy one another, yes. What else? What is it?
Closer.
What else? What does the person that's leading need to do? Slow down, yes, slow down. And the person that's following will be able to follow you better. So let's try that. Let's try slowing down. Person A, go again. We want to not be able to figure out who person A is. You know what I mean?
It's not a competition. You're not trying to let the other person lose. You want to do it with them.
But it's a competition as a group, you know? We want to see who's the best. Okay, good. See, now I can't really tell who's leading. Okay, good. Now person B start leading and person A follow.
Some fun dance moves in here.
There's two groups that are almost doing the exact same thing, and I've never seen anyone do these things before. I love it. Okay, now what we want you to do is we want person A and person B to move. We want you both to move at the same time. So nobody is leading and nobody is following. You're just moving at the same time. It's going to be a little bit of a give and take. And try to slow down. The trick to this is really to slow down. Slow, like much slower than what you all define as slow. Much slower than that, yes. I love that there's a mirror over here and they are not even looking at each other. It's like a true mirror.
That is impressive.
It's very impressive.
Using that peripheral vision.
Okay, great. Good job, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. You can sit down. So in improv, we do a lot of exercises that make us very present. And that's a game where you have to be very present. There's no planning anything in that, right? You have to be in the moment, you have to respond. And it's really important that that's how in the moment we are with ourselves and with others. When we're connecting with others, when we're communicating, the example of when the Wi-Fi was off a little bit, the person communicating really has to be present to be able to read themselves and others so they know what's going on. Otherwise, people aren't, the wires are getting crossed. And that happens with ourselves too when we don't slow down and take a moment to be with ourselves and to be calm and focused. So these kind of exercises are really helpful so you can practice mindfulness, and Rebecca's going to talk more about that.
All right, thank you guys. That was good to get some energy up as well. All right, so next we're going to talk about our autonomic nervous system as well as other things to become more aware of our mind, our body, our emotions, so we can know who we are and how to care for ourselves even better. So The autonomic nervous system's goal is to keep us safe. And our goal is to help it be more resilient. You might have heard of a regulated nervous system, but we also want to have a resilient nervous system, because the more resilient we are, the more that we can handle things that come our way. Another aspect of our body that's really important is our gut. You probably have heard of gut intuition. Okay, very important. So our gut is so important that they call it our second brain. Have you guys ever heard of that? Or our third hemisphere? I see some nods. So what we feed our gut matters, because there's so many more messages that the brain or the gut sends to the brain than the brain sends to the entire body, which is kind of crazy to think about. It's just right here, and we're always giving so much credit to our mind and what it can do, or we're thinking about, those kinds of things. And so when we learn more who we are and how to care for ourselves, then we can start to fuel ourselves better to make sure that the connection between the gut and the brain is as accurate as possible, so that the input that we're getting from our environment, the things that we're experiencing, that we know that's accurate to the situation. Because sometimes our bodies can be like triggered by something and it's as if it's actually happening in the moment, but it has to do with the past or a worry about the future. So emotions, another way, so with our autonomic nervous system, obviously it impacts our emotions. Emotions, a good way to look at that is the word emotion. So if it was spelled out, which, yes, so if the word emotion, if you were to put a dash between it, it would help you to be able to see it a little better. So emotion. So the energy of the emotion is important. So we can move that through our bodies. So for example, the emotion of sad. So I'm just gonna kind of be like here and I'm walking. You kind of might feel that energy of sad. It's very different than if I was really mad and I'm raising my voice and my body language, all of that. And if you think of happy, right? I'm happy, kind of feel that energy that you guys just had in some of the games, versus the excited, which was in rocks, paper, scissors, as you guys were cheering each other on. All of that is emotion, but all of that has energy in it. And when we look at it like it has energy, then we can help to move that through our bodies, and then we can better care for ourselves. So you kind of see it with a kid who's really upset. They might throw themselves on the floor and have a tantrum. We're not going to be doing that probably as adults. Sometimes we might want to, but they're trying to move that energy through their bodies, and nobody ever taught them that. Same for excited. They like throw their hands in the air, they jump up and down. They're trying to move that energy through their body because it's just naturally coming up. So the emotional regulation, we want to process emotions. We don't want to just push them down. Well, we might want to, but we should not want to, because they're there for a reason. They're signals. It's not saying our emotions are not a problem. We may experience them as unpleasant, or we may experience them as pleasant, but they are not good or bad. They're information that's telling us things that we're receiving from the environment or based on experiences in our lives. So ways that we can move it through, besides throwing ourselves on the floor in a tantrum or jumping up and down, is through tears, through sweat, through breathing. Sometimes you'll hear people say, just breathe, but maybe nobody tells you how to do that. There's certain ways that are better to do, especially if you're more hyperactivated, which we'll talk about in a little bit. You want to slow or exhale, and that kind of brings that energy down. So, did I mention sweat? Sweating, breathing, yawning, that can be something. So a lot of times people think it's just for if you're tired, but yawning, if you look at animals yawn, and when they're stressed especially. And so sometimes we can't process something in the moment because we're at work or something really important in our lives, but we need to recognize what that emotion is, how we're experiencing that, what it's trying to tell us, and then process that through at maybe a later time. Let's see. Okay, so has anybody ever heard of HALT? Hungry, angry, lonely, tired? I see some nods. Okay, so that is a good acronym that can signal if you are kind of decreasing your window of tolerance. So our sympathetic nervous system activation is kind of jumping around, sorry. The autonomic nervous system, we can section it off into two things. Our sympathetic nervous system activation, which is like fight, flight, and then we have our window of tolerance kind of in between, and then we have our parasympathetic, which is more rest and digest or shut down. And so when we are in that sympathetic nervous system activation, then we might have a lot of blood rushing to our arms and legs. So think about fight. You have that blood in your arms, you have that blood in your legs, because you might want to be feeling like fighting with somebody physically or verbally, or escaping. So you might have dry mouth, you might have butterflies in your stomach. All of those are signals that you are in that sympathetic nervous system activation. And so that's a high energy. So there are some things that you can do to bring that down, and that can be listening to some calming music. It might be slowing the breathing down, like I just mentioned. Certain scent, like if you have, in my office I have vanilla and I have lavender as kind of calming scents. Those can all be really helpful if you're there. So the window of tolerance is kind of in between. There's different ways to have an idea of our nervous system, but if we're hyperactivated, high energy, we might want to bring it down a little bit more after we process our emotions and to a more regulated state. And if we are more parasympathetic, that's a lower energy, lower activation, then we might, depending on the situation, if we're rest and digest, that's good because that's part of self-care. But if you're more shut down, you might want to have some might want to have some more energy because maybe you're at work and you have to get your job done or whatever it is. So you might want to move your body a little bit. You listen to some energetic music or you can have some peppermint gum. Hot and cold are good things to wake your body up if you're more feeling shut down. And some scents that I have in my office are citrus and peppermint as well. So think high energy. If you need to bring it down, what are some things to kind of calm that energy down? If you're lower energy, you need to bring it up. What are some things to bring that energy up? But, back to the HALT. If you think of when you're hungry, when you're angry, when you're lonely, tired, and then if you add some extra letters, HALT's BS. If you're sick, bored, or stressed, those are all signals that something is going on and you might need to care for yourself, especially if you're hungry, right? You might need to eat something. When we're younger, oftentimes it's our caregivers that say, like, here, you need a snack, or, oh, you might need a nap, or whatever it is. So sometimes we need to check ourselves and, like, have I eaten today? Do I need a nap? How much sleep did I get? Those kinds of things. And it also is really important to be proactive with it because accumulated stress, and this is really important, accumulated stress, it takes a while to get there, right? Accumulation. It can't be worked through with just one time of doing it. It's like if you go to the gym one time or you eat healthy food one time, it's good, but you want to be consistent, make it routine and proactive, as well as responsive. And again, back to the not all or nothing.
I feel like a lot of people feel like self-care is, an extra thing for yourself that you shouldn't be doing or that you feel guilty about if you're doing it or not working or not, being with your kids in that moment or whatnot. But self-care, like Rebecca's saying, is so important to be doing on a regular basis. We have to do this, otherwise we're going to accumulate this stress in our bodies, and it's going to make us sick, and it's going to make us stressed, and it's going to make us not nice people to the people around us that we love. And so it's really, critical that we do care for ourselves on a regular basis.
Yes, and self-care is about being in the present moment. So picture that you are getting a massage, and then you start thinking about something that happened in the past. Maybe you're ruminating on a thought. You're not really enjoying that massage because you are not in that present moment. Or maybe you're thinking about something that's coming up in the future. Again, you're not really enjoying that massage because your body is there, but your mind is not there. So that's why awareness of mind, body, and emotions, because we are a complex human. And understanding ourselves, it is complex, but it's also really simple.
I also think of like other self-care things that we do that we stress ourselves out at the same time. Like we're on a walk, but we're talking on the phone and we're upset about something, or we are doing something that, we're supposed to be enjoying, but we're like working at the same time, So you really want to, not listen to the podcast that's telling you how to be better or about, whatever else you guys listen to podcasts about, or, talking to a friend or even listening to music. Sometimes it's just being present in the moment with the thing that you've decided to do, and that's really crucial and important too.
Yes, and we can they say neurons that fire together wire together, so we can rewire the ways that we have been. So when I spoke to you earlier at the beginning about how I didn't really know myself as well, so I didn't know how to care for myself as well, and that the more that I knew myself, I could care for myself, I've started to rewire some of those connections that were so that I could learn how better to care for myself, and to do that with compassion. So it is a very common thing that even though we're in the present moment, we're worrying about the past or ruminating on the past or worrying about the future. You can just bring yourself back to the present moment with compassion, not with that inner critic that we often all have, but with compassion, like, oh yeah, I was focused on the past or I was focused on the future, but here, right now. So that's to give you guys some hope that you can rewire some of those connections if that's where you're at. So. And the only place that we really can make change is in the present moment. So the more that you are able to be present on the walk, when you're not listening to a podcast and you can notice nature, you can notice things that you didn't even ever see before, especially if you walk them all the time, then that can start to help you to be in the present moment, especially when there are stressors like halts BS in your life. I laugh still at the halts BS. The easiest way is also gratitude. So as you're walking on a path perhaps that you've walked before, you can just notice these things, but then you can also appreciate and have gratitude for them. Even gratitude that you are able to walk. If you've broken your toe, a foot, a leg, things like that, you're able to walk. Like notice what you have. That can be a really easy way too, especially if you're like, oh, this, like I did with the eye roll. That's nice, but how do I do it? Again, not all or nothing, but in the moment, gratitude for even small things can be really helpful. And then also bringing awareness to your senses. So what are some things that you can see? I don't know if you guys have heard of 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, and so on. So it's what you see, what you can hear, smell, taste, touch, any of those. It doesn't have to be exactly 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But you're just bringing awareness back to the senses, again, back to that present moment so that you can connect or help your body to be more regulated and more resilient as well.
And that's what you want to do when you're getting a massage. Do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring awareness to what you can see, what you can smell, what you can feel, instead of thinking about what you could text to the person that you're in an argument with, right, later that day, because that's not helpful.
Yes, because we also take in information from stressful situations, and so we take in that information through our senses, through what we see, what we hear, what we smell, taste, touch, different times like that. So then we can bring awareness to our senses in a present moment that is pleasant, enjoyable, relaxing, those kinds of things. So that can help to rewire and better care for ourselves, to know ourselves and to better care for ourselves. That also leads to listening to the language of our body. But like I mentioned with the kid throwing themselves on the floor with their temper tantrum, that nobody had to teach them how to do that. They just noticed what was happening in their body and they needed to move that energy through. We can notice what's happening in our bodies and we can be curious. I think that's a really important word because kids are so curious and curious about what is it my body is telling me and like what do I need to do to help it to release some of that emotion, that energy, and move that through. Because our bodies say so much more than, I'm hungry, I need to sleep. It's communicating to us about so much. Like it might be communicating to us, I don't feel safe, and that can be physical safety, it can be emotional safety, relational, all kinds of things. And so the more that we're listening to it, again, the more that we can care for it. And so it is a language, but it's not like the language that we learn in school necessarily.
It was definitely a language that got quieted a lot when we were kids, right? Anytime we had a need, or if we said, oh, I'm hot, or I don't want to wear my jacket, and our parents would tell us, no, you do, you need to wear it. And so we were told a lot, even as kids, to not listen to our bodies because someone else knew better. And so we get a little, we can kind of dissociate from the things that we need and not listen to ourselves and hear what our body's telling us too, because we were kind of trained that way.
Yes, so then when we are younger, basically you can look at it like we're just remembering. We've kind of forgotten what we already knew, and we're just remembering. And when we look at it like that, maybe it doesn't have to feel so overwhelming. If some of you guys are feeling like, how do I do all of this if I haven't been doing it much at all, or anything like that, you're just remembering. You already knew how to do it, and you're just remembering. So hopefully that's helpful to you. And also, if you're still struggling with it, it might be a good question to think about, like if you didn't change anything with what you put on your card about how you're currently caring for yourself, if you didn't change anything, what would your life look like a year from now, 5 years from now? And then if you did change some things, what would your life look like 1 year from now, 5 years from now? See anything else I want you guys to take away with. It also helps you to not be so reactive. You can be proactive and responsive, and so then you're better able to care for yourself.
And when we can be present and mindful with all of these, anytime we're doing anything that we're trying to focus on our self-care, we can also hear our body better and what we're trying to tell ourselves, right? What our body needs. Otherwise, if we're always like walking and like listening to something, you can't really tap into what you need. Okay, so for the third square, I want you to write things that you physically like to do, things that you like to go and do. So things that you physically like to do can be like yoga or running, to get that energy out that Rebecca was talking about, like when your energy is really high or when your energy is really low. What's something that can like speed it up, like dancing or and there can also be other physical things, like if you just like to go to concerts or you like to go to new restaurants and eat food, or anything that you physically can go and do. And it can also be things just like breathing and sitting quietly or like laying down, anything that feels good for your body and your mind that you can physically do. So think of all the things you like to do. And again, think about when you were younger. Think about when you were a kid, the things that you liked to do when you were a kid. I always think of going out into nature and the things that you do as a kid, like go and sit in a tree and read a book, or like sit by a tree and read a book, things like that you did as a kid, you enjoyed doing, that you feel like maybe, oh, that's not for me anymore. I danced when I was, in high school, but that was high school. Think about those things that you really liked to do too.
And how many of you have been on a playground as an adult or swaying on swings?
Yes.
But it's fun. I did it a couple weeks ago. Are we ever too old for that? I don't think so. Thank you. Good. So maybe challenge yourself.
Are playing today too. This is like adult recess.
Yes, that is what they call it at Stomping Ground, adult recess.
Okay, so I'm trying to decide if I want to do an activity now or save it till later. We'll do two. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about social connection and belonging. So being socially connected to others is a huge part of self-care, our mental health, our physical health, because we used to actually need social connection and other people in our villages to survive, and now we don't. We can be really an island, isolated, we can be very independent and still survive, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're thriving. And so what the research shows us is over 148 studies were examined looking at being socially connected, and what they found was social connection increases odds of survival by 50% now, which is huge. It shows us that we need social connection just for our physical health. But what about for our mental health? So there was a study that was done in the 70s by a psychologist named Bruce Alexander, and he was looking at, they were studying drugs and addiction, and they had this drug-infused water that they would put a rat in the cage, and he realized, oh, well, there's just one rat in that cage, and he wondered what would happen if we put the rat in a cage with a lot of other rats, and we made it really exciting in there, and things that they like to do, like we put games and tunnels and all sorts of different things. And what they found was that when the rats had that social interaction and things that they liked to do that were fun and engaging, that they were less likely to go to the drug-infused water, and they would go to the water without drugs. And so that's huge. That means that shows us that when we're with others, when we have support from others and we feel connected to others, we're less likely to go and do things that are harmful for us, like, addiction. But addiction can be so many different things. Drugs, alcohol, it can also be like scrolling on your phone, or all sorts of different things that are just not healthy for us. And so we want to talk a little bit about social connection and the people in our lives too. So we want to do a couple of activities to help us understand that a little bit more. So we're going to do another activity, guys. Thank you so much for yes, I see the smiles on the face. We're going to get another partner. And so I want you to stand up, and we're going to have a few partners for this. We're going to switch up partners. And we are going to, first find a partner, and then I'll tell you the instructions. I feel the hesitation. But don't worry, this is easy.
I know this is after lunch, but you guys are doing great.
Y'all are about to find your new best friend.
Rise and shine.
Okay. So does anybody not have a partner?
Raise your hand if you need a partner.
Okay. All right, and we're going to change partners too. So what I want you to do is we're going to give you 30 seconds only, and you're going to find 3 things that you have in common with this person. It's going to get a little bit harder because we're going to have you switch partners. Like I feel like you two know each other, so you're going to already know a bunch of stuff.
They do.
But you can't say anything about your physical appearance that you have in common, okay? So it can't be like, oh, we both have skin, or like, we both have hair, glasses, nothing like that, okay? So nothing that you can see. So 30 seconds, and you're gonna have to find 3 things that you have in common, all right? And go. Okay, good, perfect. Okay, and scene. All right, good. All right, raise your hand if you found something like interesting or unique, you think. What do you think? You're like, I think this is interesting? Oh. Tell me.
Something interesting or unique that you found with your talking partner?
You both like R&B music. Okay, cool.
Nice.
What else? Anything else? Anyone found anything interesting or unique? Oh, you're both first gen. Very cool.
Nice.
Me too.
And if you want to share, you could ask your partner if you're hesitating.
You're both born in years ending with the number 3.
Clever.
Oh, wow. That's so specific. See? There is interesting stuff. Everyone, you guys are kind of giving me blank stares, but this is very interesting. Anyone else? No? Okay. Find another partner, And we're going to do it again.
Maybe somebody
Find
you
someone
don't
you
know.
don't know. No physical appearances. Nothing about physical appearance.
302. Yes.
Okay, and go. You should be going, yes.
I see lots of smiles.
Okay, I know I'm only giving you 30 seconds, but I want to make a point here that you can find things quickly. All right, raise your hand if you have something that you found that was interesting. Yes.
Somebody in the back. They both like
Perfect.
basketball.
They both like basketball. She plays on a team and he likes watching it. Perfect. Oh yeah, come to one of our games.
Ah,
Perfect.
you made a new friend. All
Yes.
right, over here.
Okay,
Very
they
specific.
both are from outside Dallas and they both eat mangoes the same way, which I have no idea how they found that out in this moment.
Very curious.
But yeah, I don't even, I think. Wow.
Just that easy, guys. Just that easy to find a friend.
And I mean, if they eat their mangoes like that, what else are they like doing the same? You know, there's so many things. So, okay, so now does anyone else have something really interesting that they want to share? What was it? Oh, it was about something else. Okay, so you're gonna find one other partner, but we're gonna do it a little bit different, so don't start until I give you the instructions. One more partner, someone that you don't know.
Mix it up.
Okay, so before you begin, don't start yet. Don't start. Because I have something. All right, so whatever, if you guys just found some things out, we're not using those. Throw that out. We're not using that one. We are going to have you figure out 3 things that you have in common without using words. Okay?
Anybody need a partner though? Just checking.
No words, that means that it should be quiet in here. Some of you are looking at me very confused, like how do I do that? We're not talking about like speaking through your mind or telepathy. You're gonna use your body, you're gonna use your hands, you're gonna explain using your hands and your facial expressions and your body, okay? It's like charades. And go. And it should be no talking. Oh, okay. Oh, you can go with a third. You can be on a. Who can she come with? What group can she come
there.
with? All right, you can come with this group, and all 3 of you can go.
I'm watching.
And remember, it shouldn't be about physical appearances. Yes. Also, whispering counts as talking.
My bad. That was my fault. I was talking to them. You guys are doing great.
Yes, good job. This is how you're supposed to do it.
It's like when you're younger and you whisper, but you're playing the silent game. I see some sign language.
All right, raise your hand if you think you have 3 things. Okay.
There's a lot of people, okay.
Okay, it looks like everyone thinks they do. Okay, cool. All right, so this is the fun part where we get to see if you all were talking the same language and saying the same things. Raise your hand if you think you guys have 3 things that you can tell us about. Okay, tell me right here. Oh wait, both have curly hair, which is physical appearance. What else?
That's okay. Good job.
Good job, yes. Okay, perfect. You both like what? To dance, yes. Yes, here. Okay. Yes. Uh-huh. Those are all physical appearances.
It's okay. Got
It's
some.
okay, it's improv. Yes. Dancing, reading, and journaling. Okay. Yes. Uh-huh. You both like to swim. Both like to read. And you like to watch movies. Is that what you were saying?
Clever.
Or was it
Watch movies.
like that? Yes.
So I found out that the 3 of us, again with basketball, again me being on the team, and we all like swimming, especially me because I'm also on the swim team.
Okay. They both like
Basketball.
swimming and basketball. Great.
Go Louisville.
Yay! All right here. Taking pictures and painting your nails.
And then we got a group over here.
Yes.
We both love your improv.
Oh. They both love improv.
We both have a
Similar sense and fashion. Uh-huh. Is that what you said too? Okay, good.
We both did this.
Uh-huh.
The drip.
Uh-huh.
And we both know Rebecca.
And you both know Rebecca. Oh, yay.
Thanks, guys.
All right, very good, guys. All right, you all can sit down. No more partners.
Good job.
Okay, so the reason we do this activity, Rebecca and I are both therapists, and we know that there's a lot of social isolation happening in our society today. There's a lot, people don't have people around them in a support system. As I said, it's so crucial and important to our well-being, our health, our mental health, our physical health. And sometimes we don't have people around us because we feel like maybe we have social anxiety, we feel like we don't connect with others. Maybe we learn something about someone and we say, oh, well, we have that difference, and so what else? I mean, we probably don't align on anything else, and how could we possibly be friends? So we do this activity so you can see that you have commonality and similarities and interests with everybody. You can easily find something in about 30 seconds. So we encourage you, we're more alike than we are different, we truly are. So we encourage you to just remember that as you are focusing on making friendships and connecting with others. Okay, we have one last game. So I want to get 5 volunteers up here, and we are going to ask you to do the easiest thing ever, okay? All right, we've got you, come on up. Basketball, come on up. 2 more.
Brave souls. Way
All
to
right,
go.
come on up. Yes. Woohoo! All right.
Naturals.
Okay, we got 5. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to play this game, and we need all of you participating too. Y'all will get into a straight line here. And we are going to play a game called I Heard That. So we are going to, one of you will raise your hand, and as we go down the line, you will tell us that you heard that someone in this line can do something, okay? And you're going to say, I heard that Rebecca can, and I'm going to say something very, very mundane and easy, like touching her forehead or picking up her foot, okay? And that's it, something very easy. We're not going to give the person a physical challenge. It's going to be the most mundane, easiest thing. And then Rebecca is going to act as if she is about to do the most incredible thing ever, and she's going to do that thing. And as she does it, you all, the audience, are going to clap and cheer for her as if you are seeing someone doing like a quadruple backflip, okay? Like it's the most amazing thing that you've ever seen. Like you're at a middle school slumber party and you're like, oh my gosh, and you're like videotaping it and you cannot believe it, okay? So let's try it with Rebecca really quick. So I heard that Rebecca can touch her nose, okay? And y'all are gonna be like, what? Yes.
I need to hear it. It's true. You ready?
Do it, do it, do it.
Right. Thanks, y'all.
Even bigger than that, okay?
Much bigger.
These people came up here and they are volunteering, so we are going to cheer for them so loudly, okay? Because that's so brave to come up here. Tell me your name.
Amber.
Amber. Okay, what did someone hear Amber can do? Raise your hand and say, I heard, and it's going to be something that she can do on this stage that's very mundane and easy. So someone raise their hand and just say, I heard Amber can, and let us know. All right, here we go. I heard that Amber can take off.
Oh!
Clearly, without my glasses, I can even read for sure.
Wonderful. Wonderful job. Tell me your name. Josh. Okay, what did, Rebecca's coming down here with the microphone.
Who is it?
What did someone hear that Josh can do?
I heard that Josh can do a wonderful turn on the stage.
All right, let's see it. Come on, Josh.
That was even better than I thought. Wonderful job. All right, tell me your name. Wes. What did you hear Wes can do?
Somebody raised their hand earlier for something back here.
Oh yeah, what's up? How you doing? Hey, what's up? Hey, it's kind of loud. I heard that you can put your hoodie on and then take it off.
What?
That's crazy!
No.
Oh!
That was crazy. All right, tell me your name. Val. What can Val do? What did you guys hear that Val can do? Anyone?
I'm coming.
Val can do a thumbs up. No way. You have a trainer or something?
All right.
That was crazy. I thought he was gonna die. He was fine. Okay. Tell me your name. Katrina. What did you hear Katrina can do? She can blow a kiss. Oh my gosh. Wow. Katrina, Katrina, Katrina. Woo! Oh my gosh. Wow. Give all of them a round of applause. Thank you all so much. You can go back to your seats. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job, everyone.
All right, so I'm sure that they feel like rock stars now, and all they did was do something really mundane, and you all cheered them on. And so the reason we do this activity is because we want you to think about the people in your life that cheer you on like that accept you and love you, and they're your cheerleaders. So they give that type of energy to you, and they're the first person you want to call when you have good news. There's those type of people that you call when you have good news, and they'll like poke holes in your news, or they'll make you feel negative. But there's certain types of people that you are so excited to go to, and they build you up like this. And it feels so good, right? It feels so good when you're around them. And we can give that out there too. So on your fourth square, I want you to write people who are like that in your life. And if you don't have a lot of people that are like that in your life, it can be someone that you met once, it can be someone that you saw on TV or read in a book. But who are those go-to people in your life that bring really wonderful energy and that support you and accept you? You can be yourself around them. You feel good after you hang out with them. Because a lot of times when we talk about social connections or relationships can cause us a lot of stress too. Relationships can be very draining. Relationships are hard. So who are the people that it's easy with? Who are the people that it feels good with?
Could even be your hairstylist or your dental hygienist.
Yes, your therapist. Okay, so now what we want you to do is we want you to take a look at all of these things, and we want you to create your own self-care plan by using all the things that we just put on the back in those 4 squares. So you can add the things that you already do, if you want to keep those there. You want to add the things, get a little bit creative of the things that you're passionate about and your strengths. How could you be using those skills or those getting to tap into those passions on a regular basis and your hidden gems? So if it's, there's going to be things on there, of course, like dancing or singing. And how can you include that? Like just, singing in the shower if you don't want to go out and sing in public, right? Singing in your car, putting good music on, whatever it may be. And there may be attributes like being a leader, where it's not feeling good at work, or you don't have the opportunity to do it at work, but you really like leading. Maybe you can figure out how to be a leader in another sense in the community that you can fill your cup up. It feels good. And then think about the people that are on there and the physical things that we put on there. How can you write all those down? All the things that we thought of, write out that on your prescription. And the people too. Maybe doing some of those activities with some of those people, or just reaching out to them, being around them more. And I think it's helpful too to actually like write those people down and see them, see like those are my people and those are the people that I feel good about when I'm with. And so we hope
Specifics.
that you have a lot of different ideas now, that you've really tapped into who you are, what you love, what your passions are, what feels good for you physically, emotionally, and the people that you like too, and that love you.
Yes, being specific, and this is the actionable that I talked about at the beginning that you can take away with you to start today. And again, not all or nothing. It can be a little bit at a time. It could be like a 1-minute thing, a 5-minute thing, whatever it is.
Yeah. And star the ones that are like non-negotiable, like I have to do this thing. And the things that you can start today, like Rebecca said, what are the things that you could really start today? And so you're going to write that on the other side, on the front side of your prescription pad. So now you're writing your prescription for yourself, and you're going to sign it and date it. You're going to put it up on your fridge, and you're going to do these things. And we're going to find you. I'm just kidding, we're not going to. Does anybody want to quickly share what they have for their self-care plan? Some new things that they have on there? Yes.
Well, I have a lot of friends who love to do art as well as I do, so for my self-care plan, I am definitely going to do more art activities.
Good.
More of my friends.
I love that. Yes. See, writing it down is going to make you more likely to do these things too, to have a plan in place to focus on it. What else? Anything else that anybody wants to share of something that's like new on their self-care plan? No? Okay. All right.
I see somebody back there.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, all the movements, yes. Uh-huh. Yes. I love that.
Celebrate
1 to 5 minutes at a time. Yeah, that's all it takes, too.
movement.
And celebrating other people, I love that, because if you don't have those people in your life that we talked about, you can also celebrate others to bring that energy into your life. Yes, yes.
I like what you said at the beginning about like when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I used to like to collect toys.
Uh-huh.
So like I remember when I got older, I thought adults can't do that. So I went out and started
Yes. Yes, he was talking about playing with toys. He did that when he was little, but he can bring that back into his life now. Which absolutely, you can bring anything into your life when you were a kid, bring it back into your life now.
There's one more back there.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't realize how fun it was hyping people up. I'm going to be doing that so often now.
Yes.
Seeing them be happy was so great.
Yes, if you have
Good.
something, she said she had so much fun hyping people up. If you see something about someone that you like, say it out loud. It feels so wonderful to hear that about ourselves, and we were hyping up, it feels good for us to hype up people. So yeah, it creates a lot of positive energy for ourselves too when we are intentional about that. Yes?
I feel like I need to say this out loud.
Okay.
We had a mental health, symposium.
Uh-huh.
For me, I used to love to go dancing. And it wasn't just the dancing, but it was the music, because I love music, and the singing and just the whole thing. But it's also physically good, like for
Yes.
and I have definitely moved away from
Yes.
healthy when it comes to exercise. So I want to be more, go back to dancing because it kind of encompasses a lot of things
Yes.
that really made me feel good.
Exactly.
Saying it out loud now,
Yes.
Dancing,
And
yes.
it's something you can just do at home too. You can just put the music on and have a dance party. Yeah. Do it now. I'm just kidding.
Later today.
Well, thank you all so much for coming today and being so brave to do some improv and listen to our presentation today about self-care. You want to say something?
Yes, thank you guys. You were all very brave, and it is important, like she said, hype yourself up. And who are the people around you that you can call and be like, I need you to hype me up about this thing. So call them.
Yeah. Thank you all so much. We hope you have a great day, and we hope you use this. I think they're going to say one more thing before we go.
Thank y'all so much. That was super, super fun. Learned a lot about each other. So just some final closing remarks before we wrap up today. Just want to take a moment to reflect on what we shared and accomplished today, and a privilege that it was to gather in this space, listen and learn with each other. Just want to express again some gratitude to the people that make this event happen, our IT teams, our AV team, facilities, our partners that provided catering, you, the participants, our presenters, but really want to give acknowledgement to again, the team of 18 in counseling and psychological services. You all make this whole thing run. And I'm going to take a pause to step off stage really quickly. Give me 1 second. Granalda and Rachel, can you come here real quick? Sorry, I know you hate me right now. You all are the bread and the butter that made this thing happen. It is not easy. It is like herding cats sometimes. And I want to point out that these two ladies planned this entire event, led the charge, led teams, committees, all while, tending to their lives, right? But also tending to the lives of others and still maintaining a full caseload, working with our students, providing critical care that we do as mental health clinicians. So think about all of that in the lens of how much work goes on behind the scenes for this event. So the first thing that I want them to do is go home, get a really good night's sleep after this. Enjoy these flowers, but take some time just to reflect. So if we can give them just a huge round of applause, for sure. If y'all want to come back and give some closing remarks, that would be good. But just as we close up today, I just encourage you all to carry forward the messages that we shared today into your communities, share with the people that you love well, be the voice that normalizes mental health conversation, the hand that reaches out to someone struggling, and most importantly, advocate for your own mental health and well-being as well. So thank you all for your time, your engagement, and your dedication to this important cause. I look forward to seeing the positive impact that each of us is charged with and making in the coming days, weeks, months, as it relates to mental health advocacy and taking care of ourselves and our communities. But importantly, take care, be kind to yourself, continue that journey forward. You head home, take care of your own wellness, be good to each other, and safe travels home. I know we have some QR codes that'll be up. Make sure you complete those so that you get attendance recognition, PD credits, if you're a licensed clinician, for your CEU credits for our state board. But all in all, thank you so much if you are here with us. If you are here watching virtually, enjoy the rest of your Friday, and we will see you next year at next year's symposium as well. Take good care, y'all.
Those are the ones you need for your CEUs.